general population here in the U.S. has access to the vaccines.
Georgia's State Health Department blames the recent surge in coronavirus cases on Thanksgiving travel. Now there's concern about more spikes this Christmas break. Experts say long-term it's still too early to tell if airlines could be able to make you require proof of vaccine before you fly. Some countries will continue to require mandatory 14-day quarantine for travelers. Doctors say things should get back to normal by summertime as more people get their shots.
Vaccination requirements are not new in travel. However, the existing requirements are more set by countries, particularly for yellow fever or polio vaccination. Requirements set by airlines would be a new phenomena.
Atlanta-based Delta Airlines says it has not made a decision for mandating vaccines for its employees, but the CEO says they are going to strongly encourage airline staff to get the doses since they are on the front lines, especially those on international routes.
Some people are still hesitant about getting the COVID-19 vaccine, and Aiken doctor is trying to reassure them it's safe by documenting his experience on social media. News Channel 6's Chloe Salsameda has the story.
We all know what it's like spending minutes, if not hours, on our computers or on our phones scrolling through social media. And as distracting as it can be, it can also be very helpful, especially if we come across something that can benefit our health. One Aiken doctor realizes this and is using his own social media accounts to spread the word about getting the coronavirus vaccine. For days, we've seen many people roll up their sleeves to get the coronavirus vaccine, from high-profile figures to local healthcare workers.
No pain at all.
The vaccine offering some hope that they can continue fighting on the front lines without fear of getting infected. Dr. Thomas McCullough knows what it's like to be on the front lines all too well. He's been treating patients in his Aiken office and at nursing homes since the start of the pandemic.
We've actually had a number of deaths related to COVID over there.
Dr. T, or Dr. Tommy, as some of his friends call him, got his shot of hope last week.
Fairly uneventful thing, just a shot in the arm like a flu shot.
He realizes many people are still hesitant about getting the vaccine when their time comes. So McCullough is taking to social media to share his experiences with the vaccine.
I wanted to be transparent about my experience and show that this vaccine is in all likelihood very safe.
McCullough sent out posts explaining how he felt a few hours after getting his shot, saying in part, quote, "My arm is a little sore, but the vaccine did not impact my day in any way." Another update coming the next day, saying his arm was more sore than the night before. The responses to McCullough's posts pouring in. Dozens of people thanking him for sharing his journey. Others asking him more questions about the process.
I think the most important thing is that the vaccine is what is going to allow us to move forward as a community, as a society.
It's McCullough's way of reaching a wider audience, and hopefully he can help save the lives of those he may not come in physical contact with.
The numbers of deaths and illnesses that are out there are staggering, and it shouldn't take you getting sick to understand the importance of this.
Chloe Salsameda, WJBF, News Channel 6.
And now to a developing story. We're learning that South Carolina...
Friday. Back to you, Jenny.
All right, Ryan, thank you. We're getting more disturbing information tonight about the investigation into the murder of a 3-year-old little girl. News Channel 6's Darenisa Jefferson reports.
26-year-old Kelvin Breithaupt is in jail tonight, and this arrest warrant details the violent attack that police say led to the death of a 3-year-old little girl.
It was shot to me.
Michael Bone says he never expected to learn that a 3-year-old girl was beaten to death in his neighborhood.
I couldn't believe it.
Deputies arrested 26-year-old Kelvin Breithaupt on a child cruelty charge in connection with the death of a 3-year-old girl. An arrest warrant states that Breithaupt punched the girl multiple times in her chest and abdomen, causing a lacerated liver, head trauma, and bruising to her chest. Neighbors tell me they often saw the little girl playing outside, but hadn't seen her in the days leading up to the incident.
Often those children, you would see them out in the community beforehand, and suddenly you don't see them anymore. You don't see them playing in the yard, or if you do see them, they may act a different way. They may hide, and so we really That's one of the big issues.
Tom Rawlings, director of the Division of Families and Children's Services, says there are signs neighbors can look out for to report possible abuse in a home.
If you see that something appears to be really wrong in a household, a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming, then please, feel free to call our hotline and let us know what we can do to help.
Bright Hop has a prior criminal history with charges including domestic violence and assault. Bright Hop is currently charged with first-degree cruelty to children. We're still working to find out if that charge could be upgraded. In Augusta, Denise Jefferson, WJBF, News Channel 6.
A man accused in a stabbing death over the weekend facing additional charges tonight. He's Mario Romero Gonzalez, got arrested Monday in Evans, and is charged with murder in the death of Cristina Govina Cervantes Sunday night. Warrants show Govina Cervantes' children witnessed the crime. Romero Gonzalez also facing 2 cruelty to children charges.
In Aiken County, 2 people are now behind bars in connection with the 2018 murder. Christy Green and Denzel Jackson are accused of killing Travis Young. Young was shot to death in front of a home on Keith Drive. Green was arrested in February of 2019. Jackson's been in jail since May of 19 on charges associated with the death of another man, Derek Curry.
More talks are underway over a new arena for...
Some local organizations are coming together to make sure no family goes without this holiday season.
We're going to take you to a special food and toy drive when we come back. There was an incredible turnout today as some local organizations partnered to meet the needs of this community. News Channel 6's Mary Calkins has the story.
Behind me right now is a food and toy drive for any family that needs assistance during the holiday season. Unity in the community and Richmond County DFACS partnered to make this event possible. Monique Hill says it was important for DFACS to be able to help serve.
DFACS has a bad reputation with the community. So what we've done here the past few years is trying to bridge that gap of the disconnect between the community and DFACS to pretty much prove to the community that we are here to service them and help them.
The 2 groups have held food drives before, but none quite like this. This event Tuesday was also their largest turnout ever, and more than 350 cars came to the drive-thru event. For more on the story, head over to my article on Wjbf.com. In Augusta, I'm Mary Calkins, WJBF News Channel 6.
Golden Harvest Food Bank has been helping feed